class, this is help with page 149 and page 150 on your homework. So let's get started. It says explain how the distributive property was applied in step 1. So you have to go look at the example, and you look at step 1, and the distributive property, you're taking half of 4. So you have to explain that you're going to take half of 4 and half of 8. So it's multiplied toward the 4 times p and times the 8. Okay, in a different step for step 1, so instead of distributing the half, another method, we can multiply both sides by 2. Explain why both sides of the equation were multiplied by 2, and what's the resulting equation. So when you go multiply 2 here, you get 1, and if I distribute 1, it doesn't change anything. So that's 4 times p plus 8. And then we have to multiply the other side by 2 to keep it balanced, so we'd have 12p. What are the coefficients of p in the equation you wrote in problem 2? Are they rational numbers? So coefficient is a number in front of the variable. So 12 would be a coefficient, and 4 would be a coefficient. Okay. Rational numbers, we would say yes, they are. A rational number is a nice, neat decimal or fraction or regular whole number. An irrational number, so the opposite of rational, would be like 0.3247, and it just keeps going. So some crazy decimal. That's irrational. Okay, I'm going to scroll to the next screen here. And we have 2 more problems. So let's go ahead and finish number 4. And number 4 is asking you to solve it 2 ways. So to start, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'll leave my fraction to start. So I'm going to distribute the 2/3. So 2/3 times 3. I'm going to put these over 1 just so they look like fractions. So let's see, that gives me 6. That gives me 3 here. So 6 divided by 3, that would be 2x plus, let's see, 2 times 6 is 12. Then I get 3 on the bottom. 12 divided by 3 would give me 4. And now I'm back to regular old equation from here. So I'd go ahead and move my variables to one side. And that would give me 2x plus 3. I subtract 3 on both sides. I get 1. My last move, divide by 2. And that leaves me with half. Okay, let's solve it another way. So on this way, I'm going to go ahead and try to get rid of my fraction right up front. And this was a common mistake that I saw kind of throughout the room. So a lot of people did this well. They went times the reciprocal, and those all divide out, and you get 1. Okay, we distribute a 1, but that doesn't change anything. Here's where the mistake usually happens. We have to multiply everything over here by 3 over 2. I'm going to multiply that by 3 over 2 and the 4. So I'm going to put these over 1 so they look like fractions and I can multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. Alright, so 3 times 4 is 12, and then we get 2 on the bottom. That would be 12 divided by 2 is 6x. That gives me 9 over 2. So 9 divided by 2 is 4 1/2. And then we go ahead and get our variables on one side. And we'd subtract 4 1/2 from each side. That gives me 1 1/2. When we divide by 3 and simplify, we end up with the same answer of 1/2. Or you can write it like a decimal. Okay, last problem. So Kobe's solution for 4 times the quantity x minus 3 equals half x plus 2 is shown at the right. So showing all the steps, did he solve it correctly? So it looks like he's going to get rid of that fraction. It looks like he's multiplying by 2 or 2 over 1. And he did that over there. That's good. Let's see though. He went times 2 to both sides. That works out here, but 2 times 2 would be 4. Same thing here. 2 times 4 is 8, but 2 times negative 12, that should be negative 24. So I need you to explain that Kobe didn't go ahead and multiply both terms by 2, only the first one. So that would be a mistake. Okay, hopefully this is helpful.